I'm excited to announce that we're having our first ever mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, save over 50% on this season's flannel sheets. Queen size only $59.98. Kings only $69.98. They sell out fast every year, so order now. Save 20% on our brand new My Crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one I've worn every day for over 20 years. They come in men's and women's, and they're made right here in the USA. Get our 2025 six-piece My Towel sets for only $29.98. Our initial quantities are extremely low, so get them now before they go. And our best-selling standard My Pillows, just $14.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use this promo code to take advantage of our first ever.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It is Monday. Check that out. Monday, March 10th. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hope you all had a good weekend. Josh here, Oreo Express, and we got a long show for you today. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of things that happened over the weekend. Before I get into anything, Cade in Texas, how are you? Marcia, how are you? Sugar Bear and Trina, how are you guys doing this morning? Hey, we are having some issues online with some stuff. So if you would, I don't think notifications are going out. There's been some cyber attacks on X and some other places. And if you would share this out, hit that thumbs up. We would appreciate it. Actually, that's one of the first things we're talking about is X going down a couple times because of a DDoS attack. But there was a lot of things that went on. More vandalism of Tesla vehicles, more people calling for the death of Elon Musk, protest around the country at Tesla dealership. I mean, these Democrats have lost their damn mind. We got some video of that. An armed gunman shot outside the White House. Got a little information for you on that and a lot more. Old Uncle Bill, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. So we had an exciting weekend. I told you guys on Friday when we ended the show, we were going to do Caden's birthday party. So we did that Saturday. Beautiful weather. It was like sunny and 64, 65 degrees. He had fun. Everybody showed up. And he just had a blast. He got spoiled from those folks that showed up. So he got some new monster trucks, new RC car. He's ready to go. And then yesterday after church, we went and took him to Monster Jam to go see the monster trucks, and he had a blast there. Monster trucks is just his thing right now. RC cars and monster trucks. That's all he cares about, that and the mud outside, because when it rains or when the sprinkler leaks a little, he'll be right there throwing everything in the back of his dump truck. And I'm surprised that's not remote control yet. But yeah, he had a blast. We ate good, some hamburgers, hot dogs. Rachel baked some really good cupcakes. So it was kind of nice waking up, even though it's been a busy morning all week long. We are busy in here trying to get 2 shows a day put out for you, trying to fact check things, see what's going on, what's new. And it was kind of nice. And not to forget, time changed and it gives you an extra hour. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And the days are going to start getting longer. It won't get dark here till like 9 o'clock pretty soon, but it's kind of nice because after monster trucks yesterday, we got to turn on the barbecue to cook dinner. So it was a nice evening, and I hope you all are doing well. Once again, please share this out. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Like I said, we got some whack jobs to talk about. We got, I don't know if you guys seen the Bernie Sanders rally. Man, Democrats will always be Democrats. You're going to hear that a lot. I'm going to put that in your head today because Democrats are responsible for a lot of stuff. Let me put this up on the screen really quick. This was actually from Grok when somebody asked him why X is going down. It says X went down today due to a suspected DDoS attack. Third outage in a day. Over 40,000 users reported issues with the platform struggling to load globally. No clear motive yet, but some speculate it's political since X is the only target. outrage hits hard in the US, Switzerland, and beyond. And so I've seen a couple posts on that, like this could be this is a very coordinated attack on X. And as I said, we were having some issues with Rumble that we haven't had. I mean, we have issues with Rumble Studio, but loading up, getting the live going, there was also an issue there. So we're gonna get into that, and then guess what? Pissant is in jail, and we're gonna get into that. We all know Pissant. The actor who's paid to assault people, just a jackwagon. He was arrested, and looks like he's facing some serious charges. We told you guys probably 4 months ago that we were in contact to people that were in contact with detectives. As far back as, if you guys remember, when he was in Florida, some people contacted us then and said, we're giving the sheriff all the information. Before Pissant ever got to Florida, they were already aware he was coming and they were prepared for him. Well, I got some other information a couple months ago that Los Angeles was going as far as contacting Florida and West Virginia. We knew there was going to be some big stuff. I didn't say too much other than give it a couple months and Pissant will be behind bars, and that he is. So we're going to get into that a little and go over the charges here in a little while. I wanted to bring this up. This was Bernie Sanders rally, had a transgender singer, Laura Jane Grace, perform at his rally as singing, and I don't even like to say this, it's almost blasphemous. Does your God have a big fat DICK? You can't make this up. This is what it is turned into, guys. Does your God have a big fat? And every time I think, I don't think they're going to get any better, but every time I think they're not going to double down on some aspects, and we talk about this a lot, they do. Like, what does a transgender singer, because remember, Democrats all of a sudden, 40 days after Trump takes office, only cares about the price of groceries. That's all Democrats care about now, all of a sudden. Then why do they have a transgender singer, Laura Jane Grace, perform a song, Does Your God Have a Big Fat D Word? I don't get it. We're going to pull this up right here. Does your God have a big fat dick? Because it feels like he's fucking me. Or his balls filled with lightning too big, tangle like heaven. I will admit it's funny to watch the interpreter. But listen to this one more time, please. Listen to this. I hit the wrong button there. Let me put it on the right button. Let me refresh that. I never thought I would be some of the things we cover on here. I never thought we would be dealing with, to be honest with you. Hold on. I have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning too big, tangle? I have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me. Are his balls filled with lightning? I'm not laughing at the song, I'm laughing at the interpreter. Does your God have a big fat dick, cause it feels like he's fucking me? Are his balls? I'm sorry. When I seen this over the weekend, I didn't even watch much of it. I just heard it and I was like, that's enough for me. But now that I'm seeing the interpreter, that's crazy. But this is a Bernie set. That's what you sing when you're concerned about Medicaid and you're concerned about the high cost of eggs, folks. That is what Bernie Sanders is putting on stage. Not Colonel Sanders, Bernie Sanders. We're not talking about chickens here. We're talking about, well, the eggs, but craziness, guys. And before we go any further, really quick, let me put this up on the screen for you. let's see here. Weak coffee is for the weak, and at Rumble, weak has never been part of the mission. No fillers, no fraud, and no settling for mediocrity. Just like 1775 coffee, it's single origin, small farm, hand-picked, specialty grade coffee that stands for quality, free speech, and calling out BS when it matters. Forget stale, mass-produced beans roasted just enough to hide the flaws. Dark roast hits like a Trump tariff. Medium roast keeps it bold without the bitterness. And Vitality Mushroom Blend, real energy and lasting focus. No synthetic garbage. For K-Cups, whole beans, or fresh ground coffee, go to 1775coffee.com. Use promo code STUDIO for 15% off and start your morning with a coffee that stands for something. Oh, and every dollar spent enters you to win a Cybertruck and $30,000 cash. So go check that out, guys. Promo code STUDIO, 1775coffee.com. Check that out and support free speech, support Rumble. Again, we got to support companies that support us. So after that person sang that song, does your God have a big fat whatever? Oh, we got one up here. Ha ha, travel fun challenge. I'm ready to hit the road, Oreo Army. Ha ha, thank you so much for the challenge. And we are looking to hit the road very soon. So if you guys want to help out, we still got a couple more bills to pay for the beginning of the month. And then we are going to be hitting the road. And then we're going to talk about maybe even going to some court dates in LA in a fur coat. I might need some help from you guys on a fur coat, but anything you could do to help, we appreciate. Let me put that down at the bottom. I don't know what happened to it. But our down there at the bottom is our Venmo, our GiveSendGo. We also have a Cash App, $ Oreo Army. And we appreciate you guys for helping out. Thank you, haha, on the challenge. We are trying to get caught up right now. And that way, but we'll get into that travel to LA soon. So anyways, after the anti-Christian performance at a Bernie Sanders rally, this is what he had to say.
We thank the university. We thank the University of Wisconsin Parkside for the venue. Let me thank. We thank the University of Wisconsin Parkside for the venue. Let me thank Kinsella and LLC for the music. Laura Jane Grace for the music. Lori, Ellen, Randy, and Congressman Mark Buchan for their great remarks.
So there's no backing out of this one, and I don't think this communist would actually back out and apologize, but he literally thanked that singer. And some of you are like, wow. Again, it shouldn't surprise you. We're probably going to see a lot more of this. We've seen our culture, our country deteriorate. And it seems to keep getting worse. It seems to keep getting worse, doesn't it? When like I said, when they had an opportunity, I'll be honest with you guys, if they would have rebranded themselves based on who we're gonna put up, let's say it's JD Vance in 2028. The left's gonna do the same thing they did to Trump. It didn't work, but it did work. You think about it, if we had honest reporting on President Trump and it wasn't a 24/7 attack, he probably would have got 70% of the country's vote. 20% is absolutely Marxist and hates capitalism, will never vote for a conservative. But it's just crazy. But we are seeing some changes. We covered on Friday that Trump issued that statement, True Social post on Wednesday of last week, stating, hey, DC, if you don't clean up the areas, we will. And what happened? DC had their people up cleaning up the homeless encampment, cleaning up all kind of stuff. And then today, check this out. You guys have seen this multiple times on our live streams. We've seen a lot of stuff there. Let me refresh this. Actually, let me close everything before it. Get audio but no video, so here we go. Check this out. Taking down Black Lives Matter Plaza in DC. If you guys remember that this was really a center some of our videos back in November of 2019, or no, I'm sorry, 2020, December of 2020, marching through there. This is where me and Jason were there when the police pepper sprayed us because we were documenting them taking away the civil rights of American citizens because they were allowing Black Lives Matter in certain areas and not letting the rest of America look. But as you can see, they're taking out all that. I think it's, again, our country is slowly healing. It's going to be a long healing process, but our country is slowly healing. And so I thought that was some big news. I would like to, every time we went down there, for a long time, it was a safe haven for the criminals. We got a lot of video there. I was actually just remembering I was down there with Will and somebody else, probably Jason, Will Johnson and Jason. And one of those guys, I was looking at his arrest video because he came up and started assaulting us. Not me, not Will, but a group of people that were in MAGA gear. But they're dismantling it right now. Black Lives Matter Plaza, no more. I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, we don't need a White Lives Matter Plaza. We don't need a Gringo Lives Matter Plaza. We don't need a Cracker Lives Matter Plaza. We just need to be all, guess what? All the human race, all Americans, and just want the best for each other. Because again, a rising tide lifts all boats. Pretty important. Instead of all this division, we need to get rid of the Marxism, the communism, go back to just like when I was being raised, man, we didn't see anything. It didn't matter if John was black, brown, orange, purple. All it mattered when like you were in elementary school is, does he like to play the same sports I do outside? If so, he's my friend. Check this out. Leftist activist, so I'll say Democrat teacher in Santa Ana, California, who runs the school's LGBTQ Pride Club and attends anti-Trump protests, says she's been laid off. Let's listen to that. Oh, sorry for you.
I love my student. All right, it's official. I am being laid off. Just received my preliminary reduction in force notice that I am, what's the word? Notice of recommendation not to reemploy for 2025-2026. You are receiving this notice either because you serve in a particular kind of service that is being reduced or eliminated. So, can someone please just explain to me how the teacher of the year gets laid off?
I'll tell you why you were teacher of the year.
Upset. But I think I'm so angry right now that it's going to take me some time to sift through these emotions. I love my students. I always will.
I've seriously never been so excited to see people lose their job. Now, this was not a teacher. If this was a teacher that went to class every day teaching their kids reading, writing, arithmetic, it would bother me. Because we don't have teachers in classrooms. We have activists. People say, well, how do you know she's an activist? You can tell, first of all, because she, let's see, there's a picture of her on TikTok defying bigotry, trans rights over Trump's wrong. So she was more worried. Escuela cares. Welcome to Husky Pride. That's not an education, folks. That's called an indoctrination. So I am pleased. And again, I don't want what I would love, not bad things to happen to her, but I would love for her to see the light, just to maybe look back and reflect about what she was doing to children. Maybe just understand that that's not normal and that's not how we were created to be. There's always been these things and all these different groups talk about depopulation of the world and Bill Gates. And, the biggest depopulators of the world are these trans rights and LGBT activists. In all reality, you can't have a kid naturally. I mean, you could be like Pete Buttigieg and buy your children and then chest feed. But when it all comes down to reality, this is what's going on. And she says, oh, how could a teacher of a year be laid off? You were not teacher of a year because your students were excelling. You were doing exactly what the indoctrination system wants. It's no difference than like the J6 police officers, the Capitol Police getting awards for J6 because they did what that the Democrats wanted them to do. They lied under oath. It wasn't because their great work and their service. It's just crazy, but one more down. We got a lot more to go. Now, I don't know how many of you seen this video over the weekend. I thought it was absolutely crazy. I'm going to put it up here. This was a high school track championship. And if you want to think, well, maybe there's hope for this world, I don't know after watching some of this. Take a look at this. You can see these two runners right here where my mouse is going back and forth, where this arrow is. And take a look. One in second gets passed up. And hits the other one on the back of the head. Look at, there she is with her baton in the air. Boom. Tries to hit her again. And then the other runner goes to the ground. And I'm like, man, we've seen other stuff like this, but it was just amazing because the coach didn't apologize. Either did the person that hit the baton. The woman ended up going to a local hospital with a possible concussion and possibly a cracked skull, fractured skull. And then, of course, we knew what was going to happen the second I seen this. The person hitting the other lady, she'll be the victim. It's poor me. Give me my reparations. Take a listen to this.
On purpose. I'm just
Take a look at this. Oh my gosh. You can't make this stuff up. I told Rachel, watch when this lady comes out. Or this kid.
I'm just a person by myself. Nobody's going to believe me because I can admit from the video it does look purposeful, but I know my intentions and I would never hit somebody on purpose.
Man, maybe she should start a podcast with old Casey Anthony. Never do anything on purpose, huh? I mean, there is no doubt in my mind. I've been to plenty of track meets throughout my kids growing up. Never seen anything like that. I did see some kids act out. I did see some kids get kicked off the team because they were poor sports. But it was, I'm going to show you this video one more time. Take a look. This is insane. And I'll pause it. Look at it. It's quick strides with the arm. They're not raising the baton. They're not doing anything like that. Until there. Look at. Boom. Oh, how do you play the victim? How do you play the victim? Look. Look before that. Look at how the stride is. Look at the baton. Kicked out of school, kicked off the team. Everything needs to be done, but probably won't. That was a Virginia high school sprinter, by the way, that got, her name was Kayleen Tucker. She suffered a concussion. And again, no apologies, nothing. Like, even if let's just say somehow you decided to do something that's never been done, with any type of stride or motion in track and field, and you did it on accident, the first thing you do is walk over to that person that's on the ground, apologize, and be accountable. But guess what? In today's society, we don't have accountability. What else do we got here? So we had, I wish there would have been something close, but I was really busy this weekend. Obviously, we had Caden's birthday yesterday. We had monster trucks. Now it's full time back to work. We got a weekend off. I wouldn't call it a weekend off, but we had the Women's March going on around the world. And of course, what do? They get men pretending to be a woman to speak at their rallies. Look at this. This is which one was this? Yeah, let me show you right here. This is from Frontlines, by the way. Frontlines recorded this.
For cis women, BIPOC women have to do it for white women. All women have to do it for men, and we are sick of it.
That is a man right there.
It was women teaching me that there is no definition that anyone can find to define what is a woman that excludes me, that does not also exclude millions of cisgender women. Women born without a uterus, women born with chromosomal incongruities, women with hormone imbalances, women with facial hair. According to the Boston Children's Hospital, 1 in every 5,000 women is born without a vagina. There is no way to say that trans women do not belong without also saying that all of them are not women either, and I dare you to say to their faces they are not.
They are not women if they were born with a penis. I'll say that. I say it all the time, and here's another one I want to show you. Where was this one at? This was actually in Paris, and I have to put it. Dang, I don't even know if I can play it. Because they're all topless. They're painted. Let me see if I can back this up and find a way to do it. Hold on. Let me find it again. Just to give you an idea. Like, literally, they're dressed up as Hitler. Naked and Hitler. Okay, I can. Let me see if I hit this one. Trying to figure out if I can get it off the screen some. Let me see if I can pause it somewhere where it's not so bad. Okay. Let me see if I can put something over it. What? I won't be able to put on a show. I don't want to put that on the show, even though they're painted over. Some of it's not. But just to describe it to you, it says fascist epidemic on some of them. And then it has a swastika, all kind of stuff. These people have all kind of stuff. If you want to see it, I did share it on the free speech platform known as X. You can go over there. Again, it's beyond a mental disorder, folks. I mean, literally, these people had the little drawn in parts like Hitler. And then, as we talked about at the beginning of the show, and we're going to get into Pissant getting arrested, and maybe what we'll go do there is we had a man shot outside the White House, and he had a gun in his hand and made it through a secure area. Take a listen to this here.
Personnel around midnight last night, Secret Service personnel encountered the individual's vehicle parked around near 17th and F Street Northwest. Short time later, they observed an individual on foot matching the description. As officers approached, the individual brandished a firearm, at which time an armed encounter ensued, and Secret Service personnel discharged their service weapons.
So there was a lot of questions. He was already past like a perimeter point at the White House. I think I have some pictures here to give you an idea. A man was shot by Secret Service near the White House. This was Penguin 6 early this morning and is currently in the hospital. The man had traveled to Washington with suicidal thoughts, according to police, and was confronted by U.S. Secret Service at the 1700 block of G Street Northwest. Scene cleared early this morning. So let me pull up some of his pictures out there. And we're going to get into why are people acting like this? What gives people Well, why are people thinking that man, it's okay to go after Elon Musk. It's okay to go after Trump because that's what they're hearing. And listen to this whack job. Listen to this whack. You know, it's funny. Like I get kicked off TikTok for saying there is no Palestine. It's not on a map, and they call that hateful content. But people can put this stuff on there all the time. Listen to this. I mean, look at her eyes, first of all.
I heard about the incident in front of the White House, all the things, but this is the energy. Let's flood the system and see what happens. Like, okay, I'm here for it. All right.
So she's celebrating the person that went to the White House with a gun. This is the energy. I look forward to it. I don't know. But let's move on. We got some interesting stuff. Again, we have been covering Tesla dealerships, Teslas. They're being vandalized. People are keying their cars. They're being lit on fire. All kind of stuff. This one was from Jonathan Cho, The Cho Show. And he put down here, let's see, let it load up. Breaking late Sunday evening. Fire crews battled flames shooting out of several Tesla Cybertrucks in Seattle's Soto neighborhood. At this point, cause remains under investigation, but with all the Elon hate, there's a concern this could be arson. Now, we covered last week the Transtifa person that shot up, that's alleged to have shot up a Tesla dealership that has alleged to firebomb some Tesla vehicles, torching them on inauguration night. And then they arrested that person. They had incendiary devices. This person will probably be doing it. Was a guy, I think, pretending to be a girl, Transtifa, typical mental illness. Take a look at this right here.
Oh my gosh, a Tesla Cybertruck is on fire. All right. There's a fleet of Cybertrucks right now. Unbelievable. Seattle fire on the scene.
You gotta get off the spot.
Breaking news. I'm sorry?
Get off the spot.
All right, you've got dozens of firefighters now putting out flames on the Cybertruck. Absolutely insane. Look, you still see flames right underneath the Cybertruck. As you can see, there are several other Cybertrucks just parked here. The Soto neighborhood here in Seattle Sunday evening. Seattle fire on the scene, trying to put out the flames on a Cybertruck. Not clear how this all started, but again, with everything that's happening in America right now, with anti-Elon Musk hate, all the protests and incidents of vandalism, it appears to be arson.
Hey, Chief, how much do you want us to wait for the multiplied investigation of the start our
Does this look like arson, sir?
We got our investigator on the way. Too early to know.
Is this the only vehicle that caught fire this evening?
Still trying to get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
We've got about four vehicles involved in this claim.
Four
Got it.
vehicles
All right.
involved.
Thank you so much. Right, there you have it. Seattle Fire saying there are actually several vehicles involved in this. Right now, I just arrived at the scene. It is a Cybertruck that is totally torched. SFD putting out some of the hot spots right now, but apparently there's some other vehicles that have been torched as well in this Tesla parking lot. I'm going to try to get closer right now, but I'm being advised to kind of stay back. This is private property. It looks like this fence, again, says new inventory only. So these appear to be brand new Tesla vehicles. I see a Model X. I see a Model 3. I also see the Cybertrucks here. Okay, now that the smoke is starting to settle, you can see the back of this Cybertruck
So you could tell by looking at them, those weren't the batteries that were on fire. It would have been much worse if the batteries were on fire. This is plain and simple arson, and we're going to show you what happened throughout the weekend in New York and other places, and what's planned for today, maybe in an area near you. This was from Oil London. Hundreds of liberal activists protest against Elon Musk while chanting he has got to go outside a New York dealership.
Including 10,000 children. Go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey! Ho, ho! Elon Musk has got to go! Hey, hey! They relied on to survive! Including 10,000 children.
And 10,000 pregnant women.
And 10,000 pregnant women.
So-called pro-life.
We need clean air, not another billionaire. We need clean air, not another billionaire. We need clean air, not another billionaire.
We got more video from that, those groups of Democrats that are out now trying to. Oh, before we get into the rest of those, it's getting so crazy. I want you to see from this Tesla. So Teslas have cameras all the way around, whether they're driving, they're parked, they're recording. Check out this dude losing his absolute mind right here. You can't make this up. This didn't come out because somebody seen a Cybertruck and said, I don't like it. This is because of the media. This is because of legacy media and Democrats lying to you about things. This is, remember, get out in the streets and fight. Bring a weapon to those fights. Look at this guy right here. This is just crazy. He's running alongside a Cybertruck. And look. See him right there? Let me refresh this. It froze up for a second. And then he ends up pounding on the Cybertruck. Now, I hope they end up doing it to the wrong person, and that person identifies as an orthodontist, because you shouldn't have the right to go up and start smashing someone's vehicle. Look at that. This is Democrats for you in 2025. They lost the election because of this stuff. They're doubling down on it. They need to seek some serious mental health evaluations. I'm telling you that liberalism is a mental disorder has become more and more true as we've continued to go on. Like, I'm trying to think what would make somebody like me. I go out a lot. I've been in plenty of states. I travel all the time. What would make me want to go up and pound on someone's vehicle like that? If they did a crime and they were trying to get away, maybe. But this person is just driving. Listen to this stuff. This was this was outside this was at the Tesla dealership in New York as well.
Wait, but what is this? Whoa, what the hell? Wait, what is this? What the hell? What do we get a mouth on? Wait, what are you doing to this guy?
My name's Frankie, and I'm getting arrested today protesting Elon Musk. He bought his way into office. He bought his way into heading a government agency. He bought his power at the expense of the American people, at the expense of our environment, at the expense of our world, and all of the people in it.
So we told you this would happen. And the thing is, and we're going to get a little bit into who's behind it. And it was your government. I think what really has stricken the nerves of these people is the U.S. aid, because a lot of that was funneling money into these groups. And we'll get into it here in a minute. Let's see if I have another video here. This one is another one here. Check this one out. Look at this. And they want to waste police resources without a doubt. These officers could be doing things, preventing crime, pickpocketers, rapists, murderers. But no, they have to be here. Now, doesn't that seem like a guy that would be camped out outside a golf course to put a round in Donald Trump? Because that is the mental illness we are dealing with. If you know these people and you see them, they are extremely deranged. Look at these people. Nobody, just so you know, in case there's a couple tards in here, Elon Musk is not in an elected position. So they are correct. He has not been elected. Again, you can have all the advisors and all the help in the world when you are chief executive officer, president of the United States. You get to do a lot. You have a lot of power. So much so that the Supreme Court ruled that you can't be held accountable for that power. If you do something and there's actually unintended consequences, I'll use Obama, which wasn't unelected, unintended consequences, but he did a drone strike on an American citizen. He was never held responsible for that. But take a look at some of this. They're chanting, "Stop the coup." They never chanted that when Kamala Harris kicked old Joe Biden to the curb, huh? Stop the coup. All you got to do is look at these people and tell that they're I mean, at minimum, vitamin deficient. You know, I wonder if it's going to get to that point. I mean, we're not even close yet to where patriots are like, you know what? We got to get to the streets. We're going to take out the trash. Something's got to happen, guys. All these people want to do, you know, they keep saying, oh, Elon, like, it's funny. And we got a chart to show you something that, and it's funny how the left, the Democrats put up all the time that Elon's doing this to make billions of dollars and all this, but it shows the exact opposite. Now check out this video here.
Amazing. Just some pack.
Check this out. Yeah. They admit they're getting paid, and a lot of times they do get paid. A lot of times it's also volunteers for NGOs that were getting a lot of your tax dollars. But listen.
I get paid to be out here. You get paid to be out here? Yeah. Amazing. Just some pack.
You really are getting paid for this?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, definitely. 100% I'm getting paid for this.
So, and Elon Musk tweeted this, and we'll get into more of it. An investigation. So we know what Act Blue, that's the Democrat fundraising platform for Democrats. Listen to this. An investigation has found 5 Act Blue funded groups responsible for the Tesla's protest. Troublemakers, Disruption America, Rise and Resist, Indivisible Project, and Democrat Socialist of America. Act Blue funders include George Soros, Reid Hoffman, Herbert Sandler, Patricia Baumann, and Leah Hunt Hendricks. Act Blue is currently under investigation for allowing foreign and illegal donations in criminal violation of campaign finance regulation. This week, 7 Act Blue senior officials resigned, including the Associate General Counsel. If you know anything about this, please post in the replies. Thanks, Elon. There's going to be, I'm telling you, they're exposing themselves more and more. Again, we said none of these groups ever have been grassroots. I've seen grassroots ones in local areas where I follow people that feel like they're standing up to Trump. They're standing up to tyranny and white supremacists. And they go on their Facebook or their Instagram or whatever, and they post. And we go out there, and there's 9 to 11 of them. There's not hundreds of them. It's just interesting. And then I think it was this one. This was Laura Loomer that posted this, did some great investigative work into this. Violent anti-Tesla protesters have organized protests across the country today at various Tesla showrooms. This is for today. A radical Marxist group called Troublemakers of Seattle, Washington, in partnership with the Action Network, have scheduled multiple Tesla takedowns today following locations and time. Tesla Grand Rapids, Michigan, 12 p.m. Tesla San Francisco, 12 p.m. Maybe we'll look for a live stream or something. Tesla Alhambra, 12 p.m. That's Alhambra, California. Tesla Portland, Oregon, 3:45. And this is some of their pages right here. Take a look. The Action Network. That one's the Grand Rapids, Michigan. Take down Tesla. Stop the attack on federal workers. Take down Tesla. That event is the San Francisco event. Troublemakers out of Seattle. Here's the other ones. Alhambra, Grand Rapids, Portland, Oregon. It says, sell your Teslas, dump your stock. Stop Musk now. Join the protest. Well, man, you would think a guy that was only in it for the money for himself wouldn't want this, right? He wouldn't want this. This is hurting business. And it is hurting business. Whenever you have to take your employees, your insurance, all these things and do this stuff, it's hurting business. Here was another one from Laura Loomer. One of the exclusives, anti-Trump Tesla protest in New York City where Tesla store was vandalized, were organized by a group fiscally sponsored by a 501c3. Listen to this, that Elon Musk donated millions of dollars to. When you invest in something, you don't always know where you're investing. Says, here's what I uncovered via a joint investigation with Loomer Unleashed contributor CC Spike Tracer about the March 8th, 2025 vandalism of the Tesla store in the Meatpacking District. The Sunrise Movement partnered with Planet Over Profit, Pop for Climate, to organize the vandalism of a Tesla store in New York City on 3/8/25. The groups used Action Network on a platform for activists coordinating to mobilize the effort. POP played a central role in the Tesla takedown protest on Saturday. Over 350 protesters gathered at the Meatpacking District Tesla showroom, leading to reported graffiti and arrests. The event was promoted by actionnetwork.org, tying POP to the scene. Records show POP is fiscally sponsored by Hack Club, a 501c3 nonprofit, per Pop's donation page on their X account and Blue Sky account. Contributions to Pop are proceeds through Hack Club, granting them tax-deductible status under U.S. law. Hack Club, listen to this. When you think these clubs are doing something good, Hack Club is a global student-led nonprofit network of high school coding clubs and makers, empowering young people to learn to build through coding and technology. According to the Musk Foundation's 2023 Form 990, a public tax filing, a $4 million donation from the Musk Foundation, established by Tesla CEO Elon Musk, was made to the Hack Foundation. Now, really quick before I go any farther, that's right up Elon's thing. Coders, programmers, people that are going to be engineers for SpaceX someday. It's called the Hack Club. Again, it's a group of students who are doing this through coding and technology. And you think, I'm just going to give this $4 million right over here. And again, where does it funnel back to? And she puts, the financial link raises questions about the funding behind anti-Tesla protest and why Hack Foundation solicited donations from Elon Musk while partnering with groups that use the Hack Foundation resources to vandalize Elon's Tesla stores and hold protests calling him a Nazi. It says Sunrise Movement collaborated with POP, which relies on actionnetwork.org for logistics. POP is backed by Hack Club, which received $4 million from Musk Foundation. It says climate change activists who participated in the protest chanted, "We need clean air, not Musk," amid the chaos. So again, this is all working on being exposed. This is going to be some good things. And again, that old saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you. I've seen this a lot on the left, where Democrats or leftists will fund some of the organizations that would normally go after them, but because they're being funded, they'll stay away from company A or Democrat A, because this Democrat right here is tied with this group and they gave us a $50,000 grant or whatever. So we're going to leave Nancy Pelosi alone for today. And we don't want to mess that up because that's our cash cow. Well, they screwed up here. And then now Democrats are putting bumper stickers on not just Teslas, but many cars. And again, they're calling for political violence. They're calling to get out in the street, bring your weapons. They're calling for assassination of both Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Take a look at these bumper stickers they're putting up. Make Nazis dead again. And it's a picture of Elon Musk with a bullseye over his face doing the Roman salute, which is not the Roman salute. They took, again, a picture out of context. I don't see Bill Nye on any, Bill Nye, the science guy, on anything. Just absolutely crazy, isn't it? Seems to be getting worse. Check this out for you animal lovers before we move on. If you have a dog, we've all been there. Our pup goes from full of energy to sick and miserable in an instant and at the worst times. Then we're calling the vets in the middle of the night or on a weekend trying to find a clinic that will take us in. It's a terrible way to manage your dog's health, not to mention your stress levels and your monthly budgets. That's why people are getting the Pet Emergency Kit by Positive. It contains critical medications and supplies that can not only keep you out of the veterinary office, but may even save your dog's life. Their kits contain critical medications like activated charcoal, septic powder, and more. It might save your dog's life. Head over to positive.com, use promo code STUDIO to get 15% off your Pet Emergency Kit. Probably a good idea to have those, especially if you have crazy dogs like Penny, that little pug, man. I think she eats everything that she can put her mouth around, chews everything up. So go check out positive.com, guys. Use promo code STUDIO for 15% off. As we were saying yesterday, you have Democrats talking out both sides of their mouth. Trump's doing this. He's gained so much money since Elon's doing this. He's gained so much money since Trump's become president. And then in the next sentence, they're trying to bash him, make him look stupid. And look at this chart that came out. Elon Musk's wealth, a billionaire's journey. So take a look at this. He was at $460 billion worth of wealth. As inauguration happens, as he works with Trump, 419, 359, 342. That means as of March 10th, he's already lost close to $120 billion. $120 billion. But he's doing this to get rich, guys. Think about that. Just like Trump. Trump's already lost billions of dollars by being in office again. Trump's one of the few politicians that goes into office and loses money when the rest of them, whether it's congressmen, senators, they get $174,000 salary. I think it went up, but the $174,000 salary, which don't even equal what is that in trying to think what that equals in 4 years, like 700,000. And they're worth like $4 million after those 4 years. You know, the rich people are telling you how bad the rich people are. They're not saying millionaires anymore because those elected officials, the Pocahontas, the Elizabeth Warrens, they're millionaires. So they're not going to bash millionaires. They got to take it to the billionaires. Those people that are employing thousands of people, that are investing in everyday opportunities for Americans. Well, they don't pay their fair share. Actually, they do. Without millionaires and billionaires, you wouldn't have roads to drive on. A lot of things that are funded by taxpayers are funded just by them. If you make $60,000 a year and have a house and 4 kids, you're not paying anything in taxes. You pay Social Security tax, but at the end of the year, you get back more than you pay. That doesn't sound fair. That's why I want a flat tax. Whatever that percentage is, if it's 17% flat tax, everybody, whether a drug dealer that's working for cash buys a car, he's paying 17%. If Elon Musk goes out and buys a $1 million car, he pays 17%. If the people that aren't very wealthy buy a $1,000 car, they pay 17%. That's called fairness. But what the Democrats want, because they hate capitalism, is they want, again, it's why they're fighting right now so hard about these layoffs and these cuts at the federal government. We're finally going to get down to a limited size government like our founders intended. I never thought it would happen in my lifetime, and they're fighting tooth and nail to prevent that from happening. Why? Because they want people reliant on the government. It's easier to control someone that works for you than someone that works for the private industry. Just insane. So we got some news yesterday. And don't forget, Haha did do a donation challenge at the beginning. If you guys want to help out, we appreciate it. We can't do it without you. We are 100% viewer funded. You can go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army, and givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. If you like to use Zelle, we have that on our website. Our website is theoreoexpress.com, and you can scroll down. There's a donate now button, but again, at the beginning of the month, we get all the bills loaded up at once. We got to get those paid. We're a little past halfway on getting those paid, so we appreciate that. And we got some travel in our future, possible protest, possible some other stuff, and possibly this right here. Take a look at this. Our good friend Pissant, Cuck Boy. If you look at this, these are some of the information on Pissant. So Pissant was arrested. If you guys don't know, that's defender of plants. And he was arrested and put in jail. Let me see if I have the actual. I think it was $375,000 bond. Let me pull this up. I didn't. Yes, his bond is $325,000. As we told you guys 6 months ago, and then again 3 months ago, we were in contact with people, providing people with videos of some of the stuff he did. We had all kind of stuff from DC, some of the threats he made, some of the violence, harassment, hate crimes, and then when he said he was heading down to Florida, we had people in Florida contacted us. We sent them some stuff, so they knew he was going to be down in Florida. The officers played stupid down there. I enjoyed watching that. I don't watch a lot of his stuff unless I know it's kind of a setup. And all the things that he's done in Los Angeles, that I'm 100% for free speech. Your free speech does not give you the right to do what DOA has done. And so if you take a look at these right here, let me pull this up. Charged statute, vandalism of religious property, hate crime. That offense occurred on 10/14/2024. That was count 2. Count 1, felony assault with a deadly weapon with force, possibly great bodily injury. That happened on February 2024. So he is facing... Again, he wanted to run. He had screwed the people over, and again, the people in LA aren't the brightest. Some of the other live streamers, and I would say that to their face because they were all warned long ago and were sent some of his videos when he was driving down to LA to look for his new grift, which is Scientology. They've learned now, and again, DOA is not a protester. Pissant is not a protester. He does whatever brings him in donations. He's always looking for drama. He's always doing stuff. And really, there should be a charge in there. And people say, oh, I feel bad for the kid that he's always driving around with. And I don't know their names. But the parent should also, of that child, should be charged too. Because that's not how you raise a child, and you don't allow a child to go do what that kid's doing. They're supposed to have some parental responsibility, but that's for another show. But so he is going to be charged with all this. Once I get off today and get ready for my next show, I will definitely start looking up court dates and stuff. I still do not have a fur coat for court, but I would like to go attend some of these court dates and just sit there with the Oreo Army smile on and think that we got to pray that justice is served. Again, this person has done a lot to a lot of people, assaulted people, put them in chokeholds, done a lot, lied a lot about people like Ashley Babbitt and a lot of our J6ers, called them Nazis, all kind of other stuff, said Ashley Babbitt didn't get murdered. Just kind of some hard. No, that isn't against the law to do. I'm just giving you an idea of who this person is. And so he is, he's going to F around and find out. Let me see. Goodwill has fake fur coats cheap. I've went to 3 of them and I haven't found them yet. Texas RW says, hey, Pissant, I hope they give it to you nice and deep in prison. He alienated all his friends in DC and now he has done the same in LA. Yeah, and none of them were his friends. If you look, anybody that's backed him up, whether it's financially, they've all left him. There's very few that will be walked over and allowed to walk over. Those people that stick around, again, it's because they have no self-worth, no self-value. Where is Wanda? 1791 Stormtrooper, how are you? You know what? We were talking about Wanda actually the other day before all this happened, before yesterday. I think it was Saturday. Like maybe Wanda's ready for an interview because Pissant did a thing where did a video where his own sister, the one that does not allow him near their daughter, his niece, which he's denied for a long time, and then admits it and then changes the story. But she gave some screenshots to some folks that they put out online, and he was upset. But we're going to find out a little bit more. Maybe we'll have another update on today's later show. But we are going to have some fun with this. Again, we plan on being in possibly LA this weekend. Another reason for the travel challenge that HaHa issued. And so we'll let you know as things go on. But we dealt with this guy for a long time. And whenever it was, oh, this gets me views and donations, he continues to do it. But you know what? Now the taxpayers are paying for a nice warm bed for him. Enjoy. I mean, he probably even gets to cuddle there. I heard he was single again, so he'll be able to cuddle again. And we'll see how long it takes for him to grift enough money to bail out. So check this out. Trump issued a statement, what was it, a week ago, maybe a week more, that if you're in this country on any type of green card or visa, student visa or anything like that, and you spew hate, you take away the learning abilities from American citizens, you destroy our college campuses, or you think somehow that being a Hamas terrorist sympathizer is for you, then we don't want you in this country. Check this out. This was April 18th, 2024. This is when we had the protest last time. I'm going to show you a video of Mahmoud Khalil, and I'll give you some information on this and why.
The university and President Minouche Shafik claimed today in her email to all the student body that they kept open channels and discussions with the students through different channels. I can confirm as the only negotiator that the university actually dictating things to students. They've never offered any negotiation. The moment we send them our demands and the coalition demands, 5 minutes after they called and said nothing will be negotiating upon. And then they intimidated and threatened students since the morning of yesterday. Every 3 hours, they would give different information in an attempt to threaten the students that they can disperse.
Threaten the students. So the reason why they were on college campuses in the first place is because they were supporting a terrorist organization that went into Israel on October 7th, raped, pillaged, and murdered people. And so that doesn't align with American values, whether you like it or not. And so he has now been detained by the Department of Homeland Security. The DHS agent said the U.S. Department of State had revoked his green card. I love this. We have a country. You're not free to just sit here and do whatever you want. Again, and you can argue this all you want, but again, there's certain benefits. If you want to be an American citizen and you're born here, you don't have. They can't kick you out. Put it that way. So you can be a jackwagon. You could be a pro-Hamas jihadist. And unfortunately, we have to wait for you to break the law or do something before we put you behind bars or get you off the streets because you're a safety concern. But take a look at this. This is just amazing. This one here says Mahmoud Kali, a student at, I think he already graduated. Here he was last week. Remember, we showed you the videos of the library last week at Columbia. Columbia also lost $400 million in federal money last week because Trump said if you're going to allow these protests to go on and disrupt classes, they are illegal. These people occupy. They don't follow officers' orders when they're told to leave, that there would be an issue. Well, here he is right here in that one. Look. See with a circle around him. So, and we also heard that, was it the State Department or Department of Homeland Security will now be using AI to identify people's social media posts that are part of these, which is disrupting classes, disrupting. Again, you want to go out on the streets and protest and hold a sign, you have that right. You don't have the right to block the roads. You're taking away somebody's right to travel. We have free right to travel. And again, you shouldn't get the same benefits and this. You're a foreigner. You weren't born here. You're on a little card to be here so you can be educated here. And then you want to piss on this country. Well, guess what? Piss on you. There's some more here. This is from Donald Trump. Check this out. Following my previously signed executive orders, ICE proudly apprehended and detained Mahmoud Khalil, a radical foreign pro-Hamas student on the campus of Columbia University. This is the first arrest of many to come. We know there are more students at Columbia and other universities across the country who have engaged in pro-terrorist, anti-Semitic, anti-American activity, and the Trump administration will not tolerate. Many are not students. They are paid agitators. We will find, apprehend, and deport these terrorist sympathizers from our country, never to return again. If you support terrorism, which includes the slaughtering of innocent men, women, and children, your presence is contrary to our national and foreign policy interest, and you are not welcome here. We expect every one of American colleges and universities to comply. Thank you. That is huge, guys. That is absolutely huge. We talked about this being a possibility during the campaign trail. How would he go about it? How would he do it? Again, it's a privilege and an honor to even come visit here. We turn down visas all the time because somebody's questionable from multiple countries. If I want to, again, go fly to another country, they can say no to me because it's their country. They could say, no, we're not allowing his passport into the country. We do it all the time. Canada does it all the time. I have friends that have been denied entry into Canada for one reason or another, especially during the truckers convoy, because they wanted to keep out the pro-Canada movement, the pro-freedom movement. So, but I didn't hear leftists scream about that. New York Attorney General Letitia James, you know, the ones that worries about illegal aliens more than American citizens. She posted this. I am extremely concerned about the arrest and detention of Mahmoud Khalil, an advocate and legal permanent resident of Palestinian descent. My office is monitoring the situation, and we are in contact with the attorney. And people are telling her he's not a permanent resident. So, and again, a lot of things are changing right now. We've talked about what we need to do, and Democrats are also very upset the fact that these people can't just flow into our southern border anymore. I mean, these people, his relatives, that terrorists, child rapists, murderers, were just able to come through. And Democrats said that would take an act of Congress. We need Congress to sign a bill. Nothing can be done about the border. Check out what CBS immigration reporter
We did not
said.
see a single migrant. We saw
Listen.
soldiers.
You spent how long, going along the
About
border?
4 hours.
And how different was this trip versus past
Well,
trips
we
during
did
different
not see a
administrations?
single migrant or asylum seeker. And typically, when we go to the U.S.-Mexico border, we at least see one group of people who are trying to cross into the U.S. illegally. We did not see a single migrant. We saw soldiers, Border Patrol agents, and National Guard troops and vehicles and barriers, but no.
Man, I didn't even know Congress passed a bill. Oh, they didn't. It was the election. All we needed was a new president and leadership to protect this country. Listen to this. This was on Face the Nation Sunday morning. Listen to how, again, the left tries to play the emotion, and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem just fires back when it comes to the separating family stuff. Take a listen to this. This is epic.
Legally, and they can self-deport as well. The administration has revived this policy of detaining migrant families, parents with children in ICE detention centers. Bush did it, Obama did it, Biden did not. Have you seen these Texas facilities where children are being held with their parents? Are you comfortable with it personally?
We've got detention facilities across the country, and there's specific ones that are built specifically for families if they are detained. But remember, everybody has an option. They have an option to be here legally or illegally, and they can self-deport as well. We've set up a system and a website where people who are here illegally right now can register, and they can choose to go home on their own and keep their families united. Well, the kids do have a choice. If they have parents, they make a choice to keep their families together if they want to, or not. If parents make a decision to leave their children behind, then that's a choice that they made as a family. And we need to remember that when Americans break the law and they have consequences or face a situation, they're separated from their families too. I don't believe we should prioritize people from other countries above Americans.
But when it comes to reviving the policy of separating families from their children at the border,
We're actually reviving it. It's
That's what I want to
that
ask you.
President Biden didn't follow the law. He didn't follow the law in the fact that it's always been equally applied until his administration. And then he made decisions to ignore federal law in how he handled immigration. And
I just love it. Everything we've been covering for so long. I can't tell you how refreshing it is, because we get frustrated doing the job. We get frustrated when we're on the border. We go on the border for 16 hours and then drive an hour back to a hotel room only to do it all again the next day, and seeing all these people that were entitled, that came through entitled. These people felt that we owed them something. Not only did we owe them something, that they knew they were going to be picked up by Uber, which was Border Patrol under Biden, taken to a facility and released in 48 hours with with all your tax dollars going to their plane flights, their hotels, everything else. That's not what and we are a broken country financially. That's not what a broken country should be able. You can't be doing that. We have our own veterans, our own citizens that are in dire need of stuff. And it feels so good to see our DHS secretary versus the last one that would say, hey, our border's closed. Remember when I hope he's prosecuted at some point, but our border hasn't been closed. Now it is, and they're working on building the wall and doing many other things to secure it. But as long as Trump's in office, you're not going to see the numbers rise, and that is a promise. Listen to this here. The Biden administration, this is from Kristi Noem too, and we'll talk about this, exploited the CBP-1 app to allow more than 1 million aliens to illegally enter the United States. With the launching of the CBP-1 Home app, we are restoring integrity to our immigration system. The CBP-1 Home app gives aliens the options to leave and self-deport so they may still have the opportunity to return legally in the future and live the American dreams. If they don't, we will find them and will deport them, and they will never return. So what they've done is taken the CBP-1 app and pretty much flipped it for self-deportations. And you can see some of the pictures here. Please select from the options provided below. I am a traveler. I am departing. All these different things. And which language they prefer. Provide information to verify your departure to the United States. Currently limited to aliens granted parole only. And again, what an awesome idea. It takes a picture for them to use the biometrics to identify them. And again, this is working. We have seen reports where people are self-deporting because the gravy train's over, not even because they want to come back here and work and pay the bills, the cost of living for them here versus where they're from. And a lot of them didn't have that bad of a life, but again, if you have 4 or 5 children and you're like, we can have cable, we can have free cell phones. This is all because of the United States government. We can have food given to us. We can have all this stuff. And I can just sit at home. Let's do this. And Old Uncle Bill, I want to thank you. Old Uncle Bill has gifted some memberships. If you received a membership from Old Uncle Bill, tell him thank you, because if you're not a member, you are not cool. Let me see if I can find a non-member right now. Looks like most of you guys have colored, I love my colored folks, colored names in there, which indicate that you are a member of the channel. And I want to say thank you. And thank you to all those like Old Uncle Bill who gift memberships to you guys. It is appreciated. Thank you so much. What else do we got? This is wild. More on that. Take a look at this.
Right now, the Trump DHS is launching a new self-deportation app for illegal immigrants.
Self-deportation app.
Breaking right now, the Trump DHS is launching a new self-deportation app for illegal immigrants, giving those in the U.S. illegally an incentive to cooperate. And Bill Belusion is live in L.A. with more. Hi, Bill.
And Dana, good morning to you. So this is pretty remarkable. The Trump administration has taken that controversial CBP-1 cell phone app for migrants that the Biden administration was using, and they've repurposed it into a self-deportation app that is officially launching today. And we're getting an exclusive first look at it. Take a look. The app is now called CBP Home. It allows illegal aliens in the U.S. to register to self-deport. They fill out biographical information, including their countries of citizenship, which country they plan to return to, their alien registration numbers, their contact information, and it allows them to upload photos of themselves to confirm their identity. All of it is then submitted to CBP, and they leave the country. Now, you might be asking yourself, Well, why would an illegal immigrant want to self-deport? Well, DHS says if they leave now, they will have the opportunity to return to the U.S. legally in the future and chase the American dream. But if they don't leave, they will be found, arrested, detained, and deported with a permanent ban on entry into the United States. In a statement to Fox News, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem said in part, quote, the Biden administration exploited the CBP-1 app to allow more than 1 million aliens to illegally enter the United States. With the launching of the CBP Home app, we are restoring integrity to our immigration system. If they don't self-deport, we will find them, deport them, and they will never return. The Biden administration's use of the CBP-1 app allowed more than 40,000 migrants to come into the U.S. at a port of entry every single month. That totaled nearly 1 million migrants by the end of his presidency. President Trump terminated that app immediately upon taking office, leading to scenes like this, showing migrants dismayed at the border on the day of his inauguration as they learned their CBP-1 appointments were canceled and were never coming back. And DHS tells me that any migrants who had that CBP-1 app on their phone will see it automatically update to this new self-deportation app starting today. And DHS can also use the data from the prior CBP-1 registrations to track migrants for removal. So in a nutshell, Dana, Trump just took Biden's program, which was bringing migrants in, and has now totally repurposed it to get them out. We'll send it back to you.
And I started hearing some radio ads that were mirroring some of the ads from the new secretary on cable. Now they're now on radio, and they're going to be in those countries as well and targeting them so that they know not to come or to go ahead and get themselves out of the country.
Man, it's such a difference a president makes in this country. I don't think we understand. I don't even think we could put into numbers right now what this is going to be doing. And we just had the Boston mayor or the Chicago mayor defending illegals, defending people living off your taxpayer dime, defending criminals. And Bill Malugin also posted this one up here. It says, new ICE says the sanctuary city of Boston released a Dominican illegal alien into the community who was charged with indecent assault and gross lewdness after an arrest by Boston PD. ICE say they attempted to place a detainer on him, but Boston was non-cooperative, so ICE tracked him down and arrested him in Dorchester. And it says the illegal alien had previously been caught and released at the border by the Biden administration in June 2022. And this was from ICE. It says this arrest underscores ICE's unyielding commitment to public safety and our resolve to hold dangerous criminal aliens accountable. No matter the obstacle, when jurisdictions fail to cooperate, ICE will take every necessary step to locate and apprehend those released poses a significant threat to the community. And again, what was it? Indecent assault and gross lewdness. These are the people Democrats want in your neighborhoods, on your streets, on your playgrounds, and your parks with your children, because that's where they're free to go and that's where they roam a lot of times. And it's just disgusting to think that anything else is not acceptable. Well, we had another two illegal aliens killed an American citizen. I think it was Friday night. Los Angeles man shot and killed by two illegal aliens attempting to steal his catalytic converter. Both men have been arrested and released more than a dozen times in LA County for violent crimes in the past few years. So they're illegal aliens. They get arrested, go right back on the street, continue their criminal stuff. This is who we need out of the country. Why can't Democrats just make it simple and work? I get it. I get it. The votes. These are the people you need to vote for you. These are the people you need to do your dirty work. But at some point, I remember when I wasn't wearing a mask during COVID, and I had posts and seen people and even news articles when they brought me up, they said, well, if he spreads it to one person, COVID, one death is too many. How come it's never one death is too many or one rape is too many when it's an illegal alien committing the crime? Why? It's absolutely ridiculous. Take a look at this right here. Oh, hold on. Let me refresh it. I put this up a couple hours ago, so it's they shot him. He notices them taking the catalytic converter. I mean, there's a fire truck driving by. These criminals know this is LA. Let me put this back up there. Sorry. Look at, they have no worries in the world. They're just going to shoot and kill the man. This is why we need constitutional carry, open carry. Again, be able to protect your property. Guess what? I'm sorry. If I feel my catalytic converter is worth more than your life, then don't steal my catalytic converter, right? So again, it's just disgusting that this happened. And this was on March. This is it. March 8th, per multiple law enforcement sources, the two men arrested by Inglewood PD yesterday for allegedly shooting and killing a man who tried to stop them from stealing his neighbor's catalytic converter are both illegal aliens with extensive criminal history. And look at this man just trying to do a good deed right there. Trying to save his neighbor from what, a $1,500, $1,800 bill. And it's just absolutely sad. And we have people that are actually on the streets protesting for those criminal illegal aliens, waving another country's flag, shitting on America, on what we stand for our men and women who have served this country. It's absolutely disgusting, folks. It is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely. Let me pull this up really quick. What? Let me do something. We're getting some issues here. All right. So we are pretty much through with this show here, guys. We're going to start working on show number 2. Stick around. We'll be live in let's see, it's 12:27. We'll probably be live in about 3 to 3.5 hours. So 3:30, 4 o'clock my time. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Again, if you want to help out, again, we're trying to get the beginning of the month bills paid off. You know, first of the month comes and it sucks and we're behind on some stuff. If you want to help us out, we appreciate that. You can go to Venmo at Oreo Josh, Cash App, $ Oreo Army. We also have our givesendgo.com/Oreo 2024. And then if you guys use Zelle, you can go over to our website, theoreoexpress.com. And once you get on there, you will find that we have a donate now button. And so we still got a lot of stuff to talk about today, some stuff I saved over the weekend. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody who has helped out and who has donated us with the blessing to keep us going. We are looking to do some travel this weekend. So if you want to enjoy some travel here in the state of California, let us know by help supporting us at Venmo, Cash App, GiveSendGo. We want to say thank you all. God bless you. And we will see you guys very soon. Take care and look for us in about 3.5 hours. God bless. This is frozen. All right, we'll just end without any commercials. Check that out. Let's see this. God bless y'all. Let me do this.